Country Club on Saturday. It was sold out. Thank you to everybody who came out. Yay! A lot of our friends from the Democratic organizations, all like along the southeastern part, like so Racine, Kenosha, especially my friends from Elkhorn. So it's good to see everybody.
Good.
And you should come up if you want to come up. I'm gonna be in Kenosha. Have you been in Kenosha, Wisconsin?
Have I been? Yes, I've been to Kenosha, Wisconsin.
It's a sweet little town.
Pleasant Prairie knows me by name, so it's right in that area.
Yes. I will be there the weekend of December 12th and 13th at the Wyndham Hotel. They have a comedy club right there. So
okay.
I'll be spending a couple nights. Mom's coming with me to Kenosha. We'll do some Christmas shopping. It's a very sweet little town.
Okay. I'm going to be checking to see if I can make it.
It'll be very fun.
I'm in.
It's interesting because I'm in a strange place for comedy. I started out to do political humor in the 90s. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was doing jokes about Strom Thurmond, Jesse Helms. I was doing jokes about the blue dress and the stain. I was doing,
what blue dress? No,
exactly.
Joking.
But that's the thing. That's what's so crazy. When this email came out with Trump pleases Bubba.
Oh my God.
I would not have been able to even imagine the trajectory of comedy because if you think about it, let's say Lenny Bruce and George Carlin and a lot of those guys who would, have social commentary, right? And they would get to the bones of they would talk about racism and they would talk about the wealth class and bombing places where there are black and brown people.
Yeah.
They had, that gravitas. I can't even trying to do that for me in the 90s was very tough.
Yeah.
And so I started doing autobiographical. I can't imagine a world where now I've come full circle, where my comedy material is like vintage and quaint. When we're talking about the racists and the war hawks and the, funneling money to the wealthy and powerful,
right.
We're in a weird place.
We are in idiocracy.
Yes, we are.
And
yes, we are.
We are living through it. But the comedy, it's
crazy.
This is a jackpot if you can laugh through your tears.
Well, and that was exactly. And I wrote a piece about how, for me, even as a survivor of sexual violence from childhood, that I found laughter. It was my release valve, and I don't argue with anybody who felt that it was painful, that it was inappropriate, all those things. I'm like, that's absolutely, I agree with you, and I'm going to think otherwise.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
I've gotten some pushback. I too have been sexually assaulted. I make jokes about it.
Yes.
Because that is my coping mechanism.
Yes.
And I've had folks go, well, that was so inappropriate and blah, blah. It's like, I'm so sorry that something traumatic that happened to me is so offensive to you.
Mm-hmm. Because the violence is the worst part, not the way we cope with it.
Yes.
Yeah, I wish the way I cope with it was the worst part of the whole thing.
And that's why but it changes your sense of humor too. That's how I can tell when people haven't been through something.
I mean,
because if you are offended every day of your life, oh my God, you have not experienced anything.
Yeah, that's the thing is that I can't. Or for people, the other side of that is, well, I'll have people on my feed, well, I was assaulted and I don't have TDS, or you can't use your trauma as an excuse. You know what, excuse or whatever, it's context for me. Like if we need to have that conversation, then that's why do I look so ruddy?
Ruddy?
Is that how I look on Facebook?
What does ruddy
Is that how I
mean?
look at? Right? Are you seeing what I see? How much makeup do I have to look just to do radio? So I can see myself on this screen over here.
Okay.
And I look.
What does ruddy mean?
Ruddy is kind of like my cheeks are really red. And,
Got it.
And sort of I look flush but like discolored, like just not healthily colored.
I just love that. Because it's me and the ladies, and you guys had a full conversation. I'm like, I don't know what this word means.
Is it better if I dim the lights? If I turn the lights off, do I look better?
We all look better the darker it is.
I'm saying, right? That's true for everybody.
The darker it is.
I'm like, what is happening to my face over here? Okay, anyway, I got distracted by myself.
It happens to me on Zoom all the time. It's like, Ken, do you have any input? Yes, I look amazing.
I do love that filter like on Zoom where you're like, improve my appearance. Yes, please. Yeah, if we could make my appearance look like Anne Hathaway, that would be lovely. Could you give me Anne Hathaway makeup? Is there an Anne Hathaway, like Rachel McAdams, or is there a filter for that? No, we don't have that. Okay,
not yet.
I'm just saying
it's coming.
What is? I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you. I'm gonna turn the lights back up and just so you can. I don't know if I'll. Oh my God!
Well, when I first got here, the lights were very dim.
What's happening here?
And the lights ended up in. It's like, Ken, can you see? It's like, yes, I can see. Why is it so bright in here?
It's because I think we're going to do surgery later. I think
we could do surgery in here.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to give you a picture of. This is really good radio. Look how I look on the radio. This is how I look on the radio. Right?
Well, this is what you look like.
Oh, that's not great then. I shouldn't have asked him. What is happening? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm having a hot flash.
Okay.
All right. I was standing in my kitchen thinking of all the things that have happened just in the last week. Right. From, as I mentioned, this email from Mark Epstein's files, apparently that his brother, does the Steve Bannon stuff. And now the RFK Jr. porn chat about happening. Canyons and gushings and rivers and I want to fill you. And what?
It was a lot.
Is happening. And that's just the salacious, tittillating stuff. And it's not even titillating because I don't want to be titillated by that. That's not titillating to me. I'm going to say titillate a lot right now.
I don't want to know anymore.
I don't know anymore.
Like, if you had told me a month ago that I would be in a place of I know more than I ever wanted to, and I don't want to know anything else.
And that's what makes me think about Monica Lewinsky. I was 22 or 23 when the stain on the dress and where the cigars were placed. And I remember even then thinking, how are we explaining this to kids? But now
I was a kid,
right? So
it was very traumatizing.
And how much worse can you imagine being a kid now?
I can't imagine.
With the grabbing them by the
it's a lot,
and that's been for 10 years.
It's a lot.
And then when you think about the fact that there are 20-year-olds now who, for their conscious lives, have only had Donald Trump. I mean, since they were 10 years old.
Oh,
right.
Those poor people.
I wasn't really aware of the president until I was Nixon was president when I was born, but my first president I really remember was Carter. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Reagan. And so
I think Clinton's the first president I conceptually remember.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was the first president I voted for, but that's neither here nor there. I'm older.
It's okay.
And we accept that.
We do accept that.
Along with the ruddiness that's going on. I'm just going to talk like this for the rest.
Please don't.
Is this why British people talk like this?
Nope.
I don't know what's going on with jawline. I'm not really a fan of that.
I am scared. I'm going to leave. I feel like I'm going to be colonized when you look and speak to me like that.
Yeah, I will erase. I'm not even making any jokes. I'm not even going to make any jokes about it.
Lord, she going to take my fried chicken away. God, what's happening?
I'm not going to make any jokes. It's all bad. He's right. Don't let him lean into the jokes. You don't lean into any jokes. You listen. And you acknowledge. And I don't judge.
No judging.
No judging.
Okay.
No. What jumps out at you the most? Is it Marjorie Taylor resigning? And by the way, as much as Joe Walsh, whatever, but I agree with him. I'm tired of legislators, including state legislators, who are like, I got a better offer to be a judge, or I don't really think I'm going to finish my term. Ken's not saying that. I'm saying that directly.
Because my eyes went up.
Look, John Mulrow, who was my state senator, nice enough guy, but clearly waiting for a better offer.
Well, there's a lot of folks that are in politics for the wrong reason, and they're in it to climb to the next thing. So I've met state legislator, not plural, who literally ran with the intent of, I'm going to be a judge one day.
Yes.
And it's like,
that's some crap right there.
Well, you're kind of an a-hole.
Yes.
And she was an a-hole.
And she ain't the only one.
And not the only one, but it's kind of like, I don't think politics should be a stepping stone.
No.
It should be public service.
Yes.
You do it to do right by people. Because while you're in whatever position you're in, you are a nightmare to work with because you're trying to get somewhere else. And, now you're inflicting your
Hold on a second. My guests are coming up in a moment, and I just open them on the Zoom thing, and they're like, "Oh, are we supposed to do this now? Let's do a commercial." Hold on 1 second, Tom and Steph. Me and Ken Mejia-Beal. I feel like we should be on a couch because they're on a couch next to each other.
We are going to rearrange this whole office. But
now we could be here. You can sit next to me here so they can see you. We'll figure this out.
I can see them. I can wave.
But they can't see. I don't think they can see you.
They're not waving back, no.
Oh, because am I on audio? I'm on. No, I think they can hear me. All right, let's take a break here.
Yes.
And first of all, thank our sponsors. Thank you to Pride Coffee Roasters. Go to pridecoffeeroasters.com and maybe put in a subscription for maybe a monthly bag of roasted coffee.
You need the coffee.
I need the coffee. Let's do it. Maybe a resist movement blend with the Dominican Republican and Arabica beans.
Arabica.
Oh, have I been getting it wrong the whole time that no one has been Arabica?
Arabica.
No one's corrected me. I need Ken here every few weeks. Arabica beans. What have I been saying? Arabica beans. Nope, I don't have it. This is great radio for Tom Clark and his wife Steph. Hi guys. They can't. Can they? I think they only see Ken. You know what? Oh, they can only see Ken? Just wave at them for me real quick. That way. That's your camera right there. Hi. Tell them 1 minute. We'll be right with you 1 second. We also want to thank Source Solar. Go to source.solar. Make an appointment with Peter Sorellis. Maybe it's time to get solar panels in your house or business. Also, thank you to our friends at Monaco Brewing Company. Please subscribe to their Substack and check out the article I just wrote. Fighting for healthcare is fighting for love.
Yes, it is.
That's what I wrote tonight, so check that one out. We'll take a break here and continue our conversation with Ken Mejia-Beal, treasurer for Youth Outlook. Go to youth-outlook.org and support their mission. And we also want to thank, that's all the thanking. We're going to come back and have a conversation with Tom Clark and Steph Clark when we come back on WCPT. Oh, I know it was KK and W1150. Hi, everyone. There's too many screens now, everybody.
Thursday, November 27th. Hey, that's Thanksgiving Day. Tune to WCPT from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the Sports Cubicle Live Thanksgiving Extravaganza. We're going to be breaking down all the NFL games, touching on the hottest sports stories, discovering what Thanksgiving food is the best, and maybe a special guest or two. And with you. You can always call us at 773-763-9278. The Sports Cubicle Thanksgiving Extravaganza. Thanksgiving will never be the same.
This is a WCPT Veteran Minute. In the mid-1800s, many American women were expected to follow what history calls the cult of true womanhood, where men would go off to work and women would stay home, taking care of the house, their children, and husbands. During the Civil War, many women left their homes to join the fight. Thousands of women from the North and South volunteered to join brigades, while over 400 women disguised themselves as men to fight in the war. In the Union, 20,000 white and African American women worked as nurses, traveling from hospital to hospital, offering care to wounded soldiers, even helping to convince the government to create the United States Sanitary Commission to create a preventive, hygienic, and sanitary service for the benefit of the Army. During the Civil War, women were faced with new duties, challenging many men's minds for what should be a proper woman's place.
WCPT 820, Chicago's progressive talk, where facts matter.
If you're listening to this station right now, you've definitely heard my voice before. Hi, I'm Hawk.
And I'm Pete. And we're with Source Solar, your local source for solar. Source Solar is Chicagoland's premier solar installer, providing solutions for over 1,000 homeowners and business owners across Illinois and Iowa.
With over a decade of industry experience and deep roots here in Chicago, we have the expertise to help your transition to clean, renewable, resilient energy.
We can guarantee that we save you money day one without any out-of-pocket cost to you. This means you have an instant ROI, instant payback, and can save money to add to your bottom line day one.
At Source Solar, we source everything as local as possible, meaning we always carry the Made in USA sticker.
Find us online at www.source.solar. Stop in our office at 5710 North Northwest Highway or give us a call at 773-985-3992.
And don't forget to ask for Hawk
or Pete.
Welcome back to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Thank you so much for joining us as we continue to drive it home. We are still learning our way around using Zoom, so I brought Ken Mejia-Beal, my guest co-host, all the way over here because Tom Clark and Steph Clark, they're sitting on a couch, and I feel like, well, I think two for two.
2 for 2.
There you go. Hey guys, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
How are you?
Oh, I can't hear them. Can you hear them?
Oh, no.
You can?
I can hear them perfectly.
Well, then I can't. I don't know why that's happening to me. Oh, then you have the interview then.
Yeah. It's all me now, guys.
All right. Well, I'll just start talking and you tell me what they're saying. This is very strange that I can't hear anything. Awesome. This is going to be very quick. Tom Clark and Steph Clark have comedy shows coming up, including Friday, December 5th at the Kenosha Comedy Club and Saturday, December 6th at Foundry 45 in Kewaskum. Am I saying that right, Tom?
Foundry?
Yeah.
Not Kewaskum? Yeah. And we also added a night in Windsor, Wisconsin. Thursday night in Windsor, Wisconsin. So that's up near Madison.
By the way, Ken, can you see the lovely Packers hat that Tom is donning, obviously from Wisconsin? Yes. I usually don't partake in any trash talk when it comes to football. But hello, the Bears are first place. What? Sorry about that.
Yep. If it ended today, you guys would win.
Fan, so
he's a Saints fan.
I'm just miserable and sad.
Aww.
Womp womp.
Steph, do you follow any football teams? You got a team? You got any skin in this game?
Only football movies. Like
I could play this.
Yeah, like I just watched a Lifetime version of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, and that's enough football for me.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Do you have a favorite football movie?
Any Given Sunday.
Mine would be The Replacements with one Keanu Reeves, Gene Hackman.
Okay.
How about yourself, Tom?
I'll go The Longest Yard with the Burt Reynolds, the original version.
That's a good one.
Also, I think honorable mention should be Unnecessary Roughness with Scott Bakula. Just want to put that out there. I
always got Scott Bakula and Dennis Quaid mixed up.
Don't ever do that. Scott Bakula's a great guy.
I kind of love that. Yeah, good point. That's a good point.
He's a great man.
Tom, but this was a segue for me because Tom's dad is one of the great men. Your dad's been honored at a Brewers game in the last year, hasn't he? That was wonderful. Tell us a bit about that event.
So, 99 years old. He's a World War II veteran. Is going to turn 100 in April. And so when he was 89, I had him throw out the first pitch at a Brewers game. That was when he lived in Milwaukee. And since then, about 2 years ago, he moved out here to Los Angeles. He lives right up the street from us. And I took him to an Angels game. He got to go on the field, meet all the Brewers. And then this year, we got to sit in the luxury box and right next to Christian Yelich's family and watch the Dodgers game. And the Brewers. So, and he said at the end of that, he's like, "That's my last game I'll be going to."
Enough with the cheering and adoring fans. I've had enough of this. I love that. What branch did your dad serve in World War II?
He was Army. He was yeah.
It's an amazing story, and I love that he's moved up to Los Angeles. I was mentioning in the last break, in the first segment, that you're truly one of my peers. You and I started at the same time. We don't have to say what year it was.
Yeah.
Were you 94 or 95?
I'll say it. 94. We worked at the Holiday Inn in Waukesha.
Oh my God!
Many times.
Yep.
And
that's how
the
long.
guy who ran the guy who ran it robbed a bank. And
to pay for the comics or what?
Yeah, to pay the comics. That's how we got paid every week.
Well, that's because he only stole a bag of nickels. And you moved out to Los Angeles. I was telling folks that not only do you and Steph travel and do great road shows, I mean, you do such great interactive shows. I mean, I love seeing your clips online. Where's the best place for folks to follow the work that you guys are doing?
For me, Tom Clark Comedy on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or not Facebook. Facebook is Tom Clark fan page, or tomclark.com for all the stuff.
And for Instagram, for me, it's Steph Clarkey, or my website is stephclarkcomedy.com.
Now, Steph, I used to co-host a podcast called Singles Only with a comedian named Paul Farvar. He's a perennial, he's a perpetual bachelor. And whenever we talk to comics, he always tells them never date another comic. And then there are couples like you. So tell me what, I dated comics intermittently in the 90s and said not for me. But I do know that Tom is of a different, cut from a different cloth. So, I mean... A good cloth. It's the high-end cloth.
High-end cloth. Egyptian cotton, if you will.
I would
yes.
So, I mean, but people all have to always be asking you, so is it funny all the time? And they don't know how much hard work and how serious doing comedy is, do they?
Right. And I think, well, when we met, I was only a year into stand-up, so I didn't really know that rule of like not to date comics. But I was lucky that Tom's like a nice guy and not like a psycho like most of the male comics that we work with.
Hey,
no offense.
You're being nice to the women comics, but I mean, you don't want to talk trash about our sisters, but that's okay. Go ahead.
And working together, you know, it's good, but we can fight about jokes sometimes. If I come up with an idea, he'll say, "Oh, I want to use that." I'm saying, that's mine." So
we start riffing. Like that's my joke. I riff the most about it.
Oh my God, I hadn't even thought of that element.
Me either. Like who's telling the joke?
No, because my husband's really funny. I can't imagine battling him for his the taglines and stuff. No, I can't.
It can get ugly.
I would imagine.
And we've definitely had moments where sometimes when we're plugging our merch, we have a couple jokes about, we have I'm a Rescue t-shirts and we plug the shirt. And sometimes I don't know if Steph did a particular joke when I'm plugging the shirt because it ties in, and I'll say the joke and Steph will be in the back and I already did that one.
Oh my God.
See, so it forces him, he has to listen to my set.
Oh my God. I love that. I love that so much. Honestly, I had not thought of this aspect of the drama of doing comedy with your partner. So tell folks, because you guys, and what I've known Tom to do for 30 years of comedy is this humor with the heart is the way I would put it. Is that, would you define the way you guys approach your shows is to make sure everyone's having a good time and not necessarily at somebody's expense, in the audience? You know what I mean? We're not, this whole working the crowd for clips it's a lot of work, man.
Yeah, I think we, I mean, definitely it's about having fun. We're not there to, to change anybody's life. We're just there to make people laugh and have a good time. To kind of forget about things. So definitely have our opinions and stuff, but it never really worked into my comedy. I never really knew enough or felt like I could make it funny enough that I could do that.
Yeah, and I never had this. I never had the stomach for making fun of somebody in the crowd. I mean, that's what it comes down to now. It's how mean can you be to the audience is what it feels like sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll roast a little, but I feel like it's lighthearted and
yes,
I'm very self-deprecating, and so I think it's a combination of that. And if you're gonna give it to the audience, you should be able to take it yourself.
Oh yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Here's the thing I noticed is that even when we started, I mean, nobody wanted to sit in the front. Oh, what happened to the screen there? I did not do that. Did you see that? They went away, but they're right there. They're still here. But we have to look this way because even though they're over there, one of the things I still notice is that nobody wants to sit in the front because they're afraid of being picked on.
I still don't. Ever. I sit all the way in the back. All the way in the back.
Yeah.
See, but
now it seems like audience is because of the heckler videos that some of them expect that interaction. So if you're just doing jokes, sometimes they're like, "Oh, I like the crowd work. Oh, I wanted the crowd work bit." So it's a whole different thing because of just social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing to that. And what would you say? I mean, I don't do people expect me to do political comedy. There's so much going on. I want comedy to be a place where people have that escape. Is that kind of your take on it too?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's always surprising. I think it also just points out to people's humanity that we all just want to laugh. It's if we don't talk about, if we don't. It's not a team. These aren't political teams or whatever. We're all on the same side. We're all the citizens of the United States. Correct. We all want to be happy. We all want to make a decent living. That's all we want. But it's with social media and everything, it's turned it into a team on team sort of thing. And it's not. There's no teams. We're all one team. I don't know how else to get that across to people.
Or how long it's going to take for folks to feel that way. It's a wild ride. I do think that comedy has sort of been rejuvenated. I'll get the words out. I swear to God,
You're gonna get it.
I'm gonna sit this landing. I think there has been energy toward going to stand-up comedy clubs in part because of social media, but I also think wanting to have that connection with others is driving folks out for that experience.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I even see it, we'll be at a show and another comic on the lineup will be like, well, I don't want to talk politics. And I'll hear some of the people in the crowd be like, please don't. And they, whatever, whether they're liberal or Republican, they're saying that like they don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I agree completely. Well, let folks know the shows you have coming up starting December 5th at the Kenosha Comedy Club. Is that right? At the Wyndham Hotel in Kenosha?
So, yeah, Thursday, December 4th in Windsor, Wisconsin, at a place called the Windsor. December 5th in Kenosha at 7:30 at the Wyndham, and Saturday at Foundry 45, and that's in Kewaskum, Wisconsin. And all those tickets are available on tomclark.com or StephClarkComedy.com, whichever website you prefer.
Yeah, go to both.
We don't get extra money.
Well, go to both sites if you're not in the Wisconsin area that weekend to find out where they're going to be next. Maybe they'll come to your neck of the woods. And you guys do like special events, but folks can reach out to you about booking you for shows for like, yeah.
We do private shows, fundraisers, a lot of animal rescue fundraisers.
Stephanie just did a fundraiser. She doesn't want to brag and Gene Simmons was there. She got to meet Gene Simmons from Kiss.
I mean,
that is
very
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, for an animal rescue.
Excellent. Well, I had to look to my left because that's where I can see them. You guys, it was so lovely to catch up with you. And I hope if you do pass through Chicago, please don't skip us. I'd love to see you both and come in studio and hang out with us. Please.
Oh,
yes, we'd love it.
Thank you
for having us.
Thank you so much.
So good to see you. Have a great weekend and happy Thanksgiving and safe travels here to the Midwest. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thanks,
Bye.
Patty.
Thank
nice
you. Absolutely. My pleasure. Anytime. Let's take a break here and figure out all our technical stuff.
Yes.
I've been having to hold on to my headset here. They're going in and out. I finally got it. Let's take a break here and we'll have Dr. Jason Bissell in studio talking acupuncture on WCPT 820. Well, because he's an acupuncturist, not like he's generally like randomly coming in and talking about acupuncture. He's an acupuncturist.
Thank God.
More after this on WCPT 820 Heartland Signal and KKNW 1150.
You're listening to WCPT 820. Here's the latest Chicago weather update.
From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Michael Carroll. Cloudy skies in store for tonight with rain developing, some patchy fog possible late, lows in the mid-40s. For Tuesday, still some areas of drizzle and fog mainly early in the day with a high of 53. For Tuesday night, showers likely in the evening, blustery with lows in the mid-30s. Slight chance for some morning snow showers on Wednesday, high of only 37. And that's your latest Chicago weather update. Currently, 49.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter. Think Theory Radio.
Manipulating the masses is more utilizing propaganda, gaining a wide quadrant of the public, where crowd manipulation is more focused, like the divisionary tactics of these political parties. They utilize certain talking points and phrases to target specific groups that they want to maneuver and empower and get them to do their bidding.
Think Theory Radio with Damian Perdue. Saturdays at 6 p.m. on WCPT 820.
It's the biggest savings event of the year. Menards, 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day. Save big money on everything you need for any project. We've got something for everyone. Homeowners, contractors, DIYers, the kids, and even grandma. Hurry, Menards 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day.
Save big money at Menards.
11% mail-in rebate is a merchandise credit check. Good on future in-store purchases. See menards.com for details.
This is WCPT 820, where facts matter.
Chicago continues to lead the way with progressive values and in preserving democracy. Your support of the Minocqua Brewing Company Super PAC efforts in Wisconsin and beyond strengthens the fight against MAGA Republicans. You can now purchase progressive beers like Labor Lager, Love Wins Fruited Sour, and the Resistance IPA in Chicago at Rogers Park Provisions, Diversity Beer, Wine, and Spirits in Lakeview, Park West Liquor, Wine, and Beer in Lincoln Park, Logan Square Liquors, and Tip Top Food and Liquors in Westtown. Visit MinocquaBrewingCompany.com for all their Chicagoland locations. As always, no matter how bad our sports teams are, please drink responsibly.
Patti Vasquez is taking your calls now.
All right, let's hit it.
At 773-763-9278.
I got a lot to say.
It's Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
I think everyone needs to do that. Everyone take a deep breath. Just in through your nose. Maybe we need a little bit of this. We have Ken Mejia-Beal in studio with us. Maybe we need to just do a little of this.
Better.
And switching a little better. Switch gears.
Yes.
Did you calmly learn today that all these, this chest beating about we're going to give every American $2,000 for the tariffs? Yeah, that's not happening. We don't have money for that.
It's a lie.
You know that they were going to have a health care plan today, and that did not happen either.
Oh.
I know, it's surprising.
Shocking.
My system is absolutely shell-shocked. Yeah, I can't believe that.
I can't believe they did it again.
I know. You really, what is the levels of crazy are never ending, quite frankly.
You know, the whole healthcare conversation was, I remember engaging with folks back and forth, like, but they're going to do it. It's like, they're not going to do it.
10 years.
They never do
10
it.
years. He said 10 years ago, he said, we're going to replace with something big and beautiful.
Yeah.
Like he's been saying big and beautiful, mostly because he wants something big and beautiful and he doesn't have it.
He doesn't.
No, he does not.
No. Poor guy.
I wrote a column today about so my father passed away in June of 2001. Mm-hmm. He was diagnosed with lung cancer in December of 2000. And so, they proceeded with, sort of plot. They come up with a game plan of how to approach it. It was small cell lung cancer, which means that it travels through the body. It can go through the bloodstream, can travel to the brain.
Okay.
Right. So it wasn't something you could surgically go, okay, we're going to take this part of your lung or, where it is. It could be everywhere pretty fast. So they had an aggressive treatment plan. They also needed to do body scans, and he was 67 years old. Oh. And they found that he had a aortic aneurysm that had grown to about 5. I remember the first call I got, it was at 4.5 centimeters, which is something you kind of monitor, but you're also, taxing the body a lot with chemotherapy and radiation.
Right.
So he was evaluated. They did they kind of put fluids through and they determined whether or not they can do a stent graft was what they were looking at. And they said, I'll never forget, 2 things happened before that. The oncologist said, your father is developing anemia because of the chemo.
Yeah.
And we recommend he have this shot called Procrit, which helps your red blood cell count. And the insurance company, and the thing was, I was on the phone with the insurance companies. My mom was working full time. Mm-hmm. So I was my dad's primary caregiver. I was calling the insurance companies trying to get trying to make sure we had approval for this and have approval for that and make sure that, the specialists were approved and what's in network, what's out of network, all this stuff, make sure I had all the, and then this Procrit came up and they said, if your father doesn't have this, we're concerned he's very likely to need a blood transfusion in order to keep his red blood cell count up. And this was my first sort of understanding of how bad things were. I was 30 years old. Right. And so the insurance company said, no, we will not cover the Procrit shot because it's considered preventative treatment. So I said, so if he needs a blood transfusion, they're like, well, and that would require a hospitalization. So as you can imagine, what happened was he needed the Procrit shot, and he did not get it. And so he ended up needing a blood transfusion, needed to be in the hospital for that. But at any rate, when they found the aortic aneurysm at about 4.5 centimeters, they called me. We had a conversation. They said, we'll have the surgeon call you. Ken. And I'll never forget, it was a beautiful sunny spring afternoon. And the surgeon called me and he told me that the surgery was $40,000. And here's the thing. I know that there are some specialists that just don't have empathetic training and by that I mean they also don't have it naturally.
Right.
He said, we don't find value in doing that surgery for your father.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I said, excuse me?
Yeah.
He said value. And I was like, well, I'm sorry, what? And he said, and then I asked him, I said, if I had $40,000, would the surgery save his life and would you do it? And he said, yes. Now, mind you, it would be prolonging his life in order to battle the lung cancer. So and so then I was like, I need to meet with you. And so he said into my face, and like, mind you, like this guy he was a vascular surgeon, and it was a vascular surgeon that told me he was better off. There were so many specialists.
There's so many specialists.
So the vascular surgeon was not the aortic aneurysm surgeon. No, he had to be. Yes. So he said, you're better off letting him die from the aneurysm. Right. And you know what was crazy about that was that I was like, we're done here. And when I say it in his office, he had pictures of him like on boats with his family, like all the trappings of I'm a successful surgeon. Look at me. And what was funny about that was I ended up going to Rush downtown, right? Because we were at Rush North Shore. And I actually ended up with his mentor, who said we absolutely should be fighting for your father's life. And he started coordinating with other like medical specialists around the country. And he said, I knew that guy should have been a plastic surgeon instead.
And there you go.
And I will tell you, my father did eventually die from the aortic aneurysm.
Mm-hmm.
It was very painful for him in the last hours of his life. And I had to remove myself from society because I had been like in this fight, and my dad was in good spirits. Like he you know what he said? He goes, "Hey Pat, I'm feeling good. I'm gonna be around for another 5-10 years." The night before he died. Right, that night before he died. And I had to remove myself from society for various reasons, for my mental health.
I understand.
Right, so I went to a place called Kripalu, which is a yoga retreat in the Adirondacks. Like the Boston Pops rehearse there, and you can hear the music soaring through the country, the mountainside. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, it's built on the property of it's actually an old Jesuit monastery. So you occupy their
that's
old
really
dorms.
cool.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting on this hill, my phone rang, and this is how I still I've had a cell phone since 2001. Like, remember the big Sprint like bricks with like
that you could play Snake on. Yes.
And you like fold the bottom down, right? Yeah. So I got a phone call. And it was my father. It was the vascular surgeon from Rush downtown. And he goes, I just wanted to follow up with you. He goes, I want you to know that everything was done right. That you and your father did everything you possibly could. Like just telling me that we were following the right course of trying to extend his life.
Right.
Because he was still like, he didn't know that my father had died because he was still like scrambling for the other things, the other parts of it.
Okay, got it.
Because the stent grafting, it was a specialist out of Arizona. But that was 24 years ago. Mm-hmm. And it occurred to me, when Marjorie Taylor Greene the word is that she not only wanted to run for Senate or for governor, or that she, was the Epstein files, but also, do you remember that in the last couple of weeks, it has been that she realizes, I think because of her son, how much people's health care premiums are about to go up. So that was in there somewhere where she was starting to realize like how much it's going to cost.
Right.
And maybe she was trying to protect like her political future by saying, hey, we should fight for this. But they have had jack squat.
They don't have anything.
They don't have anything. But I am also going to need that Democrats who want to be elected going forward, because we need to start writing the next chapter. It is not Project Whatever. It is just the next chapter. And this is who we're going to be. Not for 1 year, not for the next election cycle, but this is the next chapter, which is that all Americans deserve health care because health care is a right. Anyone in this country deserves health care.
I agree.
Because it's a human right.
I agree.
And so that's the platform I think that every Democrat that wants to run.
I think that it is time for us to stop playing offense. We have to do something instead of being against something.
Yeah.
And healthcare is very important.
Yeah. I mean, it's to me, it's so much of it because you could be trapped in your job or desperate for a job that you're not right for. You'll work in a toxic environment just for the health insurance.
Anywhere for the health insurance.
Yes.
Like I will do whatever I have to do, and I will be miserable.
Right.
Because I need the health insurance.
And I've been in that job.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Oh, I keep being late for everything. Let's try to tie this all back up together and get our phone calls when we come back. 773-76. Look at how much better. Say like less ruddy, but it's still like see how it's
I don't
even.
like this word that we've.
But do you see how I've
cultivated?
See how I touch up my screen there, and it's all like kind of it blends together. And if I turn that filter off, then I look like myself. Shut up.
But there's nothing wrong with yourself.
It's ruddy.
You look great.
It's ruddy. Let's
Okay.
take a break here and continue our conversation with guest co-host Ken Mejia-Beal. Coming up at 6:30, we'll talk to therapist Jen Korotko is going to join us.
Oh.
Let's talk about putting ourselves in a good mindful
Two
place.
therapists in one day.
I'm
Yes!
just saying. 773-763-9278. The phone lines are open. Oh, I should get to the text screen. So if you want to text us, I'd love to hear from you. More in a moment on WCPT 820 Heartland Signal and KKNW 1150.
A better life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
We are only beginning to understand the true health risks of microplastics and nanoplastics. After all, in the grand scheme of things, synthetic plastics have only been around for a little over 100 years. The real danger of them is that they are so small. They can penetrate deep into your body, your organs, even individual cells. A new study out of France found adults may inhale some 68,000 microplastic particles, about 1 to 10 micrometers in size, per day from indoor air. And just for comparison, a red blood cell measures about 6 to 8 micrometers. So we are talking tiny. Plastic is everywhere in this day and age, you know that, but there are things you can do to cut back. Importantly, never put plastic in the microwave or the dishwasher. Switch to glass or metal water bottles and use a cloth bag when you go shopping or to the dry cleaners. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
The guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, president of Leaf Filter, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
You're listening to WCPT 820, because facts matter.
Vasquez is taking your calls now.
All right, let's hit it.
At 773-763-9278.
I got a lot to say.
It's Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Thank you so much for joining us. We continue to drive it home. Joining me in studio is guest co-host Ken Mejia-Beal. Hey, folks are texting in their favorite football movies.
Let's talk about it.
We'll take some of those. Yeah. Let's talk about it. We got some phone calls. Let's talk about that first. So I'll catch you up on the. You mentioned Any Given Sunday.
Any Given Sunday.
And is that the one with is De Niro in that? No, Pacino.
Yes,
Pacino.
And LL Cool J and Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz.
Oh wow, that's right.
Yeah.
So I mentioned The Replacements with Keanu Reeves, Gene Hackman, Jon Favreau, actually Orlando Jones. It's quite the cast.
That's right.
Yeah,
I forgot about Orlando Jones.
And then Unnecessary Roughness, which kind of has a similar feel to it. There was a string of films during the 90s and aughts that were like owners who wanted to destroy the league
because
the franchise
stuff like crazy.
Right. And even like Ted Lasso is kind of built on the same premise a little bit of, I don't care about this club. Well, she cares. It's a challenge. They bring in like this, they bring in Ted Lasso because they don't really have faith in the organization. But like Major League was that. Major League was, we don't care. We want to kill this team.
I've never seen Major League.
That's a good one. Tom Berenger.
I need to make that my business.
I think Renee Russo. She's very good in that as well. And Charlie Sheen and Corbin Burnson.
Oh, I definitely need to make that my business.
You definitely. Who played the president on 24 in the first go round? The black president on 24. I can't remember. I love
Dennis
him. Yes, he's in it too. Oh, he's
I'm in.
He's fantastic and so funny.
I'm in it.
So they had a similar sort of theme to them. So Replacements and Unnecessary Roughness sort of fell into that, and I love those too.
Yeah.
And so we're getting some other texts from folks. Let me see what the You're Not Ruddy, You're Rosie. Okay. Well, I'm rosy.
Rosy, I know what rosy means. Yeah.
One listener loves Remember the Titans. That's with Denzel Washington.
A great one.
Very good.
Very good movie.
Agreed.
Yes.
I agree with that one. I love that. This is one that makes me feel old. Now, I believe Tom mentioned Brian's song, which is a great movie.
No, not Brian's song.
The other one is Heaven Can Wait with Warren Beatty, which is when you put it really is a football movie. So Warren Beatty, it's a remake of a movie.
Okay.
Called Here Comes Mr. Jordan. The caller's going to be very surprised that I know that, which is, what's the actor's name with the most? James Mason. I believe it's with James Mason. At any rate, it's about an athlete. I think that one's about a boxer. This one's a remake with about a football player who's like, his star is rising. He's a quarterback, and he dies. But he wasn't supposed to. He wasn't supposed to die. They took the wrong soul.
Aww.
And so
HR issue.
I'm saying it was an HR issue. It's a very good Diane Cannon. I'm trying to remember Charles Grodin, who plays the angel. I'm having trouble. Warren Beatty is the one who dies. At any rate, it's really good. I highly recommend.
I'll check it. I like Warren Beatty and Diane Cannon. So.
Oh my God, so good. And I have to say, and who's the woman? She was also a big actress in the people are going to start texting me now from the 70s. Anyway, Julie Christie plays the romantic lead in that. But at any rate, my friends were so mad at me, Ken. So this came out in the summer. I want to say 1978. I think it's the same year as Sgt. Pepper's something.
Lonely Hearts Club.
Does that sound like it was in the mid-70s? I don't know.
It sounds like it, but I was born mid-80s. So.
Well, we were right. That's a good point. This is a very good point.
You might be wrong.
You might be wrong. You might be right. But we were on a field trip for day camp.
Okay.
And I convinced my friends to not go to them. I know it's hard to believe that I would not choose the movie about a band or with a band in it.
It's very hard to believe.
My friends were so mad that I took them to a movie about dying. We were freaking 7 or 8 years old.
Did you have a thing for Warren Beatty?
It sounded interesting to me.
Got it. Okay. That's the wrong answer.
I like Warren Beatty. I didn't have like a crush on him. Like I've never even seen Reds. I liked him enough.
Okay.
I'm just saying. No. I just wanted to see the movie about dying.
Got it. When is The Therapist coming?
Well,
when is
interesting
The
story.
Therapist coming?
Did you remember ever like trying to imagine what it would be like? I went to a funeral way too young. People started dying when I was very little.
Yeah. Same.
And so I had this obsession. So my mom, I guess in order to help me through this poor part of my life and grappling with ideas about eternity and death, she bought me a Ouija board, as one does.
Oh.
So here, talk to somebody about it.
Oh my God. Those were banned from my house. Banned.
Milton Brothers made my therapy in the 70s.
Banned.
So, yeah. So I agree. Thank you for bringing up Warren Beatty and Heaven Can Wait. That's a really good one. Let's get to Jim in Chicago. Hey, Jim, did you ever see Heaven Can Wait, my friend?
You missed the actor. It was Jimmy Montgomery, and his daughter was Elizabeth Montgomery, who played Bewitched. And he taught her how to play the horses, and she was the best handicapper in Hollywood.
There you go.
I didn't know that about her.
Yeah, that was her father, James Montgomery. He was real Irish. That was Elizabeth Montgomery, his daughter, but he taught her how to handicap, but she was the best handicapper.
That's funny. So he plays the boxer in Here Comes Mr. Jordan.
He was the ghost, the ghost, and it was terrific. It was terrific movie, and that was a takeoff with Beatty in the next movie. But anyway, movies. But you know what's crazy about football? I like football, but now it's become like a religion. I've never seen. The prices, like the Bears they owe $600 million on that stadium, and they offered $25 million a week ago or so. And then the governor said, "What are you guys playing poor mouth or what? You don't want to pay up?" They just rejected it out of hand. The Bears, I don't know what they expect. But they think that everybody is a football fanatic, and I don't know why everybody became. Like the drafts, you get 150,000 people go to a town to see the draft. It's crazy. But anyway, listen to this. When I was a kid, my best pal was going to drafts, pro drafts for the football, right? I play poker with him all the time. Anyway, he gets his teeth pulled out. He's playing for Wake Forest, and he dies of the infection before he got into the football league. So, my point is that, my God, I don't want to be so crazy about football. But anyway, Letitia James today, now she got off And he's got this vindictive for Latino because he had 34 felony counts, which is amazing. Anyway, you tell me anybody who gets 34 felony counts and gets convicted on all of them in an hour and a half. The jury comes in an hour and a half with, and that guy was Irish, the head of the jury pool. He was an Irish immigrant. But, I mean, an hour and a half, 34 felony counts. I've never heard of anybody. Usually you'll get 11, 12, 15 counts, but you're not going to get all 34 counts. Why did he go after the jurors? I wish that juror would have wrote a book about it.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
That'd be a
They were,
great book.
because they were convinced of that evidence. I mean, they didn't even take a moment to even think about it. They came in and convinced him on every one of his fake. Like everything was his fake charity and everything else. What about his crazy bookkeeper? Didn't he have to do a year and a half in the joint for cooking
so.
the
I think
books?
so.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, he was cooking.
Yeah.
Where has he been? He was an old timer. Did they chloroform?
I wonder about a lot of these folks who knew it was happening. I mean, like Ben Comino says he thinks they're all afraid, and I guess
why would you be afraid of that? Who would be afraid of this old man? Seriously, who would be afraid of an 80-year-old man?
I know.
Who's got a behind
but
one thing he's got, Patty.
Yeah.
One thing I'll say for him. Taft had the biggest behind in the history of presidents, right? But Trump has taken the cake. And I used to say to my Republican friends, I said, remember, when they impeach this guy, they're going to have a new helicopter. They can't use the Nixon helicopter because they've got to get a helicopter with a bigger door on it to stuff into it.
Well, he may not have as big of an ass as Taft, but he definitely has a bigger ass.
Oh, no.
Thank you so much, Jim.
Yeah. Have a good night,
Thanks.
guys.
Thank you so much, Jim. Thank you so much to everyone. If you want to give us a call, 773-763-9278. That's 773-763-9278. And don't forget tomorrow on Choose Views, he's going to have Mississippi State Senator-elect Johnny Dupre on, Ellen Placey Wadey of the Donnelly Foundation, and Raven Schwam Curtis, an academic turned content creator, on Choose Views tomorrow from 6 to 8 a.m. on WCPT 820. We'll be right back after this with Ken Mejia-Beal, treasurer for Youth Outlook. Go to youth-outlook.org and stay tuned for the next part of our conversation.
Gratitude. Gratitude in Webster's dictionary is simply defined as the state of being grateful. This is Dr. Anna Pellick from Total Dentistry in Palatine, Illinois, in a state of gratefulness. Grateful for my big, beautiful family. Grateful for my staff and patients. And grateful to get up every morning to do what I love, creating smiles. November is the month of gratitude and thankfulness, and I encourage all to step back and count your blessings. We live in one of the greatest countries in the world. Can you imagine living in a country without the freedoms or liberties we enjoy? I can't. So this month, let's all find our bliss. Let's appreciate our family, friends, and jobs, and of course, our beautiful smiles. This is Dr. Anna Pellick, grateful to use my freedom of speech to say thank you to the WCPT listeners, to my patients, to my great staff, families, and friends. Total Dentistry, a general dental practice like no other. And visit us at totaldentistry.org.
Steel. Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select Steel tools. Shop online or in store. Now that's a steal.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. The criminal cases against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James have been thrown out. Lisa Dwyer reports a federal judge concluded
the prosecutor who brought the charges at President Donald Trump's urging was illegally appointed by the Justice Department. The ruling amounts to a stunning rebuke of the Trump administration's efforts to target Trump's political opponents, as well as its legal maneuvering to hastily install a loyalist prosecutor willing to file the cases. The previous prosecutor lost his job amid pressure from the White House to file charges against Comey and James. However, the judge dismissed the cases without prejudice, leaving the door open for the Justice Department to potentially revive the prosecutions. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
The Pentagon says it's investigating Senator Mark Kelly over possible breaches of military law after the Arizona Democrat and former Navy pilot joined a handful of other lawmakers in a video advising U.S. troops they have an obligation to defy illegal orders. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
Senator Mark Kelly well knows the rules of the military and the respect that one must have for the chain of command, and that all lawful orders are presumed to be legal by our service members. You can't have a functioning military if there is disorder and chaos within the ranks, and that's what these Democrat members were encouraging.
President Trump has pledged to end temporary legal protections for Somalis in Minnesota. Experts and state leaders have criticized the move as legally questionable and divisive. Most Somali residents in Minnesota would not be affected, as only 705 nationwide are covered by the program. Stocks started the week with a rally. The S&P climbed 1.5%, while the Nasdaq leapt 2.7%. The Dow gained 202 points, or 0.4%. This is AP News. The shutdown's over, flights have resumed, so how's Thanksgiving travel looking?
Air travelers may feel on edge after the government shutdown caused widespread flight cancellations and delays. That may be over, but experts warn pack some patience. Aixa Diaz is with AAA.
I think a lot of people were hoping there would be a resolution in time for Thanksgiving week. We got that. So I think now they're just having to brace for the normal sort of delays and cancellations that could happen over a holiday period.
The FAA is preparing for its busiest Thanksgiving in 15 years with over 360,000 flights scheduled. The TSA expects to screen more than 17.8 million people. And for those who like to cut it close, Diaz has some advice.
You sound like a broken record, but especially this year, we're expecting that people need to arrive at least 2 hours before a domestic flight.
I'm Julie Walker.
There's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
This is 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and streaming worldwide at WCPT820.com. We are Chicago's progressive talk, where facts matter. Now, your WCPT 820 weather update.
From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Michael Carroll. Cloudy skies in store for tonight with rain developing, some patchy fog possible late, lows in the mid-40s. For Tuesday, still some areas of drizzle and fog mainly early in the day with a high of 53. For Tuesday night, showers likely in the evening, blustery with lows in the mid-30s. Slight chance for some morning snow showers on Wednesday, high of only 37. And that's your latest Chicago weather update. Right now, it's 48.
This is a WCPT Veteran Minute. In the midst of World War II, the 200 and 515th Coast Artillery Companies from New Mexico stood resolute against overwhelming odds. Composed largely of Hispanic soldiers, these brave men were stationed in the Philippines, where they faced the brutal onslaught of Japanese forces. Despite their lack of supplies, American and Filipino forces managed to fight the Japanese for 3 months. However, this was not a victory for the American and Filipino forces. As the American Army surrendered in Bataan, the U.S. and Filipino prisoners of war were forced into the infamous Bataan Death March. A grueling 65-mile forced trek under the scorching sun, marked by extreme deprivation and harsh treatment. Sadly, 829 men were never able to return home. New Mexico's veterans of the Bataan Death March are honored each spring with the annual White Sands Bataan Death March Marathon. People from all around the world join together in the desert at the White Sands to participate in the anniversary of one of the most tragic casualties of World War II. This has been a WCPT Veteran Minute.
Alexa, play WCPT.
WCPT from TuneIn.
Bring it home with Patti Vasquez, Patti Vasquez. From global conflicts to greenhouse gases, the folks refusing to wear masks says, and politicians getting caught grabbing asses says, she's driving it home with Patti Vasquez.
Well, hello there. Thank you so much for joining us as we drive it home. Joining me in studio is guest co-host Ken Mejia-Beal. He's the treasurer of Youth Outlook.
Youth Outlook.
Go to youth-outlook.org.
Thank you.
Let's take this moment to tell folks about the work that you do at Youth Outlook.
Oh, my God. We are doing some incredible work, especially right now. And what we're doing is we are really providing a space for young people to be. And we're also providing community for parents. And I think something that gets overlooked a lot when we talk about LGBTQ youth, especially trans parents, they don't know anybody.
Right.
And so being able to talk to other parents who are going through similar things help.
Yes.
And so as much as it is for the kids, is for the parents. And it's actually the proudest thing I've ever done. Being a part of Youth Outlook is like, I've accomplished a lot, and that's not a brag. I've accomplished a lot. And I think when I'm on my deathbed, being with Youth Outlook will be the one thing that I'm like, that was good. I'm going to heaven.
Oh,
you know,
that's great.
I'm still not going to make it there, but that's going to be like my one thing I'm holding on to.
It puts some chips on your side.
Yeah.
Stacking those chips a little bit.
Please,
Yes.
because I love it. It's my life's passion.
I'm trying to read also what your shirt says. Does it say Daddyland? Say Daddyland?
Yes, Daddyland.
Let's say Daddyland.
Yeah.
The happiest place on earth.
It is.
Okay, Daddyland. All right, then.
Yeah, somebody.
Hi, Daddy.
Don't get me started.
That was weird. I made it weird.
Your husband.
This is my strength. This is my strength.
No, I'm a huge fan of Daddyland.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like the flags. Is it miniature golf? What is it?
It's whatever you want it to be.
All
Whatever you like it to be.
How can folks contribute to Youth Outlook, like with their?
I thought you were going to say.
No,
Daddy.
sorry. How do we contribute to Daddyland? Is there a sponsorship opportunity?
There is. No. So youth-outlook.org. We have a donate. But we also need volunteers. We really want to get out and meet folks, because we're one of the only organizations that do what we do. We're in over 8 counties right now, and we really want to get into more communities and meet more people.
Okay.
So even if it's emailing us and saying, we would like to have you over for coffee and find out more of what you do in front of a group of people, we're in. We want to do it.
Excellent.
Yes.
I love this. I love this for everybody.
Yes, me too.
Let's, I was thinking about this today, the fact that we found out that all of these social media personalities,
Let's
I
talk
guess,
about it.
on Twitter originate from another country.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem to have been a big part of amplifying this anti-trans energy.
Yes.
And, I'm still learning. The thing is, being closed off is a choice, whether it's out of laziness or hatred, intolerance, whatever it is. But just shutting your mind off to somebody's story, somebody's why, or just assuming something.
Yes.
But it does. I still need to keep learning that we lock in so much of what gender is with sex.
Yes.
And gender and sex are not necessarily.
No.
They're not. Well, first of all, they're not the same thing.
They're not the same thing.
And the I don't know, the urgency to link it to sexuality.
It's a lot. Well, I've had a few friends who have transitioned from male to female, and they are lesbians. And one of the questions they get is, "Well, you were a man, so why?" And it's like, because that doesn't have anything to do. One thing doesn't have to do with the other.
Right.
Sexuality is about who you are sexually attracted to.
Right.
Where sexual identity is how you view yourself.
Right.
And maybe it's because this is my work, my life's work. It doesn't seem that difficult for me, but I don't understand why it's so difficult to understand the two differences.
And why it causes so much anger because we engender clothing. Right? This was something that my son taught me when he was younger, because he was made fun of. We had bought him a jean jacket, and the girls at school, this is 6th grade maybe.
Okay.
Because
when kids are the best.
The best. Well, I never would have noticed which side the buttons were on and what made something a feminine jacket and a masculine jacket.
I still don't know.
I can't remember which side it was, but whatever the side that he was, they were like, "Oh, that's a girl's jacket," and he was like, "It's a jacket."
Yeah.
And I'm
what
wearing
difference
it.
does it make?
Right, doesn't matter.
It's my jacket.
Yeah, and fashions also change. Men used to wear heels, and and there's a reason why they're kilts in Scotland. I mean,
yes.
but it's a sexualizing of a man wearing women's clothing, whereas women wearing. I mean, I'm wearing what are considered to be masculine clothing.
It's something. There's a song. It's called "What It Feels Like for a Girl" by Madonna, and the very beginning of that song is. You make fun of men who wear women's clothes because at the end of the day, it's not about the clothes. It's about making fun of femininity and being a girl.
Right, diminishing somebody.
That's the problem. That's why women can wear men's clothes and jeans, and it's fine, because being a man is fine.
Right.
That's what it all comes down to.
Well, I mean, so back to these accounts that originate out of Russia,
everywhere,
Nigeria,
South Africa,
China, all these places. And I'm not saying I haven't fallen for things. Like I'll see an image. I remember I double check things now before I repost it.
Me too.
Because I remember reposting the images of children being separated at the border, wearing these mylar blankets in cages, and those were from the Obama administration, right, where they had been separating families, not separating them permanently, not losing thousands of children, but at any rate, so I'm much more meticulous about following up on.
We have to be
right before I post something, or I don't get sucked into arguments. Ken, the number of people on my page who are mad that they're seeing my page, they're like. I swear to God, why do I keep seeing this on my feed?
I don't know. Block me.
I don't.
There are so many times where I'll get a comment or something. It's like, then block me.
Block me.
I will block you.
Yeah, but I don't block them. I don't block them because I just have fun seeing them complain.
Well, I do. It depends. Because it depends on the kind of day you catch me.
It's fair. It's the same thing.
Because some days I'm like, oh, I'm blocking you, lady.
Yeah.
Or man.
Exactly. We have another movie from a listener. We were talking about football movies. Bobby from Indiana says his favorite football movie to watch is Horse Feathers from 1932, which I believe is it Horse Feathers or is that Duck Soup? Or is it both? Is that a Marx Brothers? That's going to be a Marx Brothers. It's horse racing.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Is that a football movie?
Well, you said 1932, and you lost me. So
I want to say that's a Marx Brothers movie. Horse Feather. I know, right?
I have no idea. Was there even sound in 1932?
That would be a Marx Brothers movie. Look at me, baby. Oh, I'm a dork for the big black and white movies.
Good for you. Oh, I'm good for black and white, but is there sound in 1932? Yes. Oh, don't look at me like that. Like, I'm sorry.
I know, I'm sorry. I believe it was, I want to say the first talkie was like the late 20s, like 19, like before the
I'm
Great
not
Depression.
Too far off.
Let me see. First, isn't it like jazz? Look at Lady Beach. Like, I don't know what the first talkie was. First talkie.
I thought talkies were like late 30s.
No.
Okay.
No, but The Great Dictator with Charlie Chaplin, I think, is both, right? Because he had been a silent film star.
Yes.
And this was the jazz. It is a jazz singer. Was premiered on October 6, 19. Isn't it funny? I knew it was a jazz singer.
Trivia night. Come on down.
Premiered on October 6, 1927.
Okay.
However, it was part talkie. It featured only a few sequences of dialogue. The first all-talking film was The Lights of New York, released in July of 1928.
Okay.
So, but not that there weren't more silent films, but once they obviously cross over, and then some of the first color movies in color, like were Gone with the Wind, Wizard of Oz. That was the late 1930s.
Oh, maybe that's where I got my wires crossed.
That was the first big. I mean, like imagine being in a theater and the only thing you've ever seen are black and white movies, and Wizard of Oz starts in black and white.
Yes,
and then that's part of the magic of that movie for them, right? Is you go from black and white to this wonderful world.
It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
I love going to see black and white movies. I still watch the old Twilight Zone, which, can I just say, more people should go back and watch those. Some of those Twilight Zone episodes are so woke.
Yes.
It is amazing.
Well, that was the thing about the realm of sci-fi, was that they were exploring those issues of power and race and gender and things like that. There's a great movie I saw on a plane as well when we're talking about transgender identity or homosexuality. There's a documentary called Bearing Witness about the portrayal of Native Americans in film and television.
Oh,
and I saw that on my plane, and they were talking about in Native cultures that there are often the two spirits, right? So feminine and masculine, and I thought that was. I mean, because we know that transgenderism and homosexuality it's not thousands of years since the creation of. I mean,
it's not new. It didn't just come out of the 80s.
No, exactly. I blame David Bowie. Is that what I was going to say? I mean,
it's
fine
the fluoride.
Right? Let's get to Max in North Carolina. We were talking about healthcare earlier. We're going to turn our attention to healthcare for a couple segments here. I believe for some phone calls. Max, you're on with me and Ken Mejia-Beal. What's on your mind, my friend?
Oh, hi. First I want to say is I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year.
Thank you.
Especially you, Patty, you and your family, your son. I don't know who your husband is, but I've seen pictures of you and your son. So I just like to say that, and then I like to say I'm 66. when I was 22 years old, when I was 19, I got my first health insurance card. Okay, that card right there cost me I had to pay $3 a week for it. And then when I had my first son, when I was 22, I had to pay $9. Okay. And it didn't start going up, I think, into, I had private insurance back in those days. When the company transferred me from California over here, they had HMOs. And HMOs is when, that was back in around 90, about 93, 94. That's when health insurance started to go way up. I just noticed they were deducting a lot more out of my paycheck. So that's when we started going to Washington and talking to them about how much that the health insurance were having us pay for, because I had a son that had cancer, just like, I know your son doesn't have cancer, but where I had to go to the hospital quite often.
Yeah,
so, sorry. And they were showing me a bill, but I could tell you right now that bill, when I started having to pay it myself, that bill right there, that they were not paying like $400. They worked something out with the hospital and the insurance company, and they're not even paying that. They're paying a little bit of they're paying of like what I'm paying. If I'm paying $340 or $60, they're paying $360, and the rest of it they just write it like if they're paying the insurance company. the hospitals and whoever else. But Bernie Sanders, who I'm a supporter of his, in 2018. He has, I don't know who done the study or whatever, but credible people did do it. It's called Economic Analysis of Medicare for All. Okay, and when you read it, you'll see that this is, and remember in 2018, okay, we were paying, I'm pretty sure, about 4.6, somewhere around there, $1 trillion a year for health insurance. It's somewhere around in between 16 to 19% of our GDP. Okay, so that right there, which is it's like 9% more than other companies other countries that that pay health insurance for everyone. Okay, okay, and that right there, when you read it, even after Obamacare went into effect, they were still taking 22.3 cents out of every dollar, and that never even got anywhere near our health care. That money automatically went into Wall Street, and it automatically went into the CEO's pocket. Okay, that right there, it didn't Obamacare didn't change anything. They still have the same strategy. The only thing that did happen, they were starting to make more money, and their stock. You could look at their stock. The stock and the wall.
I think the points that you're making are that the Affordable Care Act didn't go after the root problem of all this, which is for-profit health care. Correct. I think is what we're talking about. Yes. I've got to run to the break. Thank you so much, Max. Yeah,
thanks, Max.
I think that's a big part of that, and the way they game the system. We're in studio with Ken Mejia-Beal. We'll continue taking your phone calls and talk some more about healthcare when we come back. We're also going to have therapist Jen Korotko in studio with us, the Approachable therapist. After this on WCPT 820 Heartland Signal, KTNF AM 950. Hi, Minneapolis, St. Paul. On KTNF, AM 950, and of course our friends in Seattle on KKNW 1150. More in a moment. I have too many mice back here. There's a lot of toys. Okay, here we go.
With a Porsche, you'll never get tired of that sound or that feeling. Find yours at the Porsche Exchange in Highland Park. Browse and test drive our extensive selection, like the 2025 Porsche Macan. Right now, lease the 2025 Macan for only $949 a month for 39 months. Discover performance like no other at the Porsche Exchange in Highland Park or PorscheExchange.com. $7,469 to attend. Excludes tax title license and doctor. No security deposit required. Expires 12/1/25.
That's the sound of the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program, saving you money and energy. With rebates on Energy Star appliances, so you can come back to a home full of savings. Discover more ways to save at ComEd.com/home savings. ComEd, powering lives.
As farmers and ranchers, stewardship of the land comes naturally. Your work keeps our water clean, improves the soil, and enhances wildlife habitat. It also provides countless benefits, not just for you and your family, but for millions of Americans who depend on this region every day without even realizing it. Thank you for being stewards of America's prairie for all of us. Take a moment to find out how conservation pays. Visit conservationpays.org.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because feeling full can sound like this.
How did the interview go? I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
And like this.
Mom, I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/act now. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Chicago's Progressive Talk, WCPT 820, where facts matter.
If you're listening to this station right now, you've definitely heard my voice before. Hi, I'm Hawk.
And I'm Pete. And we're with Source Solar, your local source for solar. Source Solar is Chicagoland's premier solar installer, providing solutions for over 1,000 homeowners and business owners across Illinois and Iowa.
With over a decade of industry experience and deep roots here in Chicago, we have the expertise to help your transition to clean, renewable, resilient energy.
We can guarantee that we save you money day one without any out-of-pocket cost to you. This means you have an instant ROI, instant payback, and can save money to add to your bottom line day one.
At Source Solar, we source everything as local as possible, meaning we always carry the Made in USA sticker.
Find us online at www.source.solar. Stop in our office at 5710 North Northwest Highway or give us a call at 773-985-3992.
And don't forget to ask for Hawk
or Pete.
You're listening to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Thank you so much for joining us. We continue to drive it home. Joining me in studio is guest co-host Ken Mejia-Beal, treasurer for Youth Outlook. Go to youth-outlook.org, support their work, and donate your time, your money, your
donate it all.
Donate it all.
Donate it all.
Donate it all. Also joining us in studio is the Approachable Healer, Jen Korotko. You can go to Approachable Healer. Approachable Healer. Approachable Healer. She is the Approachable Healer.
Yes.
The website, however, is approachablehealer.com. And we were just talking a moment because we've been talking a little bit about healthcare. I just wrote a piece kind of reflecting on what I went through 24 years ago when my father was diagnosed with small cell lung cancer, and like I was on the phone constantly while he was dying, and he was in good spirits. I mean, like, it took its toll. He had radiation, he had chemotherapy. They did tests to see if he could get a stent graft because he was also had an aortic aneurysm, which they were trying to work with specialists. I mean, it's 24 years ago, so the technology has come a long way since then. And here's the thing: I know that my dad's life also contributed to their research because he was a smaller guy, so they were trying to figure out. After the one surgeon who said, "He's better off dying from the aortic aneurysm," literally said that to my face. Wow. I have all the notes somewhere. It'll go in the book. Yeah. But we are not but we're worse now than we were 24 years ago. Remember when Sarah Palin said we had death panels?
Yeah.
I was on the phone with a surgeon. It wasn't that we had death panels. It's that we had what's the value of someone's life panels.
Yep. Yeah.
That's what it was. Anyway. Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm well.
All right.
Yeah,
well, you work obviously in the healthcare landscape, so let's take Paul's been on hold for a bit, so I wanted to make sure I gave him some room here as well. Hey, Paul, thank you for being on hold and being so patient about it. What's on your mind, my friend?
Okay, well, I'll throw in for football movie. The 1971 TV football movie was called Cops versus Freaks. If anybody ever
Cops versus Freaks.
Yeah.
You heard that correctly, yes.
Okay, by the way, I also want to throw in, I have to find the name of the movie, but Helen Hunt, I think, played a kicker in a high school movie during the 1980s as well. Remember Helen Hunt from Mad About You?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, yeah, it was Cops vs. Freaks was corny as could be. And then the other one was of course, you didn't mention the Paper Lion. I don't know if you did.
Oh, no, we haven't mentioned Paper Lion.
No.
I'll have to check that one out.
Oh, that was it was a book first. That was a George Plimpton book that he was a sports writer, and he wanted to see what playing what it would be like to play on a real professional foot. So he played for the Detroit Lions in a preseason game versus the then St. Louis Cardinals. And I don't know, I think he played like one series of time. He played quarterback. And I remember, I thought this was a fakey part of the movie. But anyway, he was going to throw a pass, and he was scrambling around. They're all chasing him, and he ran into the goalpost and got knocked out. But that was
wow. Okay.
Awesome.
By the way, The Paper Lion is on the 150 greatest books list. So the book was, I didn't read the book, I saw the movie, but
by the way,
Clinton was.
Before I forget, it was quarterback princess. She played a quarterback. I didn't mean to downgrade Helen Hunt to a kicker. Football star or homecoming princess. Who said she can't be both?
Yeah.
Made for TV movie. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
So anyway, so Max was talking about single payer, and I really think that I'd like to see Bernie and AOC bring this up again, because let's face it, especially when things are insurance of any kind is you have the lowest rates when you have the largest pool, because at that point the statistical actuary, how it works is the way insurance companies make money is that they actually, it's not just ripping you off and not paying your claims. They invest their money. That's how they make it by investments. And so what you want to know is how much capital are we going to have on hand to pay claims this year. And you want to know that as closely as possible so that, you don't have money sitting around not invested and you get too much out, or if you don't pull enough out and you have to take some out of your investments, you get penalties. So the most efficient is to have the largest pool, because the statistical actuary is the most accurate with the more people. So what's larger than all of us, right? And I just don't understand how people say, I was debating somebody here in Seattle, a conservative, about, we need the competition in the insurance industry, after he just said, larger pools are better. And I'm like, well, you can't argue competition and large pool at the same time, because you're splitting up your large pool into competition, and that doesn't make any sense. So it just makes more sense. But the thing is that the problem is the profit motive, because then not every dollar is going into the health care. And they said, well, I don't know if I trust the government. It's like, it's not to trust the government to do your health care. It's your health financing. That's all you have to do is pay it. It's like Medicare does now. And I don't understand. I just can't understand and it's because when health insurance was first suggested after the Civil War, no insurance companies wanted to have anything to do with it, because it's like, who would want it, number one, except sick people? And we'd just go broke. But you know what the first health insurance was? In 1929, the Baylor Hospital in Dallas offered the Dallas Teachers Union hospital insurance for $30 a year, and the teachers bought it, and that was called Blue Cross. But the thing was that only paid for, when you went to the hospital in those days, there were no doctors who worked, there were no hospitalist doctors who worked at there. There was only nurses. So your doctor had to come to the hospital, so you still had to pay your doctor. And then the doctors caught on. In 1939, they started selling insurance for your doctor, and that was called Blue Shield. So they came together to become Blue Cross Blue Shield. And in 1942, after the war was on, Franklin Roosevelt ruled that 5% of compensation package could be health insurance. And then in 1954, or after the Inland Steel versus National Labor Relations Board in 1949, the court ruled that unions could use health care as a bargaining chip. And in 54, the IRS said that health care would count as an untaxed benefit. And then we're off to the races. And now the health insurance companies are going, oh, yay, let's go. All the rules written in their favor. And so how do they go from, no, we want nothing to do with it because we never make any money yet, but now we're getting stinking filthy rich eyes, only because the laws have been written in their favor.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I don't know who has a sense of urgency, the vision, the cojones to do something better by Americans when Democrats do have are in a position. And that's why I was saying in the new chapter, I want every Democrat that's running for office to say that they will be behind Medicare for all.
Yeah.
Healthcare is a human right. I want that to be part of the platform for the Democrats. This is insane.
and then we all could pay the same, because once we're all in, it doesn't really it doesn't matter what age you are, because I don't care if you're young now, you'll be old at some point, and it doesn't really matter. If you're young, yeah, I know, but you don't buy insurance when you need insurance. So if you all start paying, and when you're old, you don't have the means. You bought more on a fixed income. So if you start we know what it's going to cost, and we don't have to put anything away for profit. And that's why the damn health insurance companies don't want this, is because, it's just like they want to get their damn hands on the Social Security Trust Fund, too. Yeah. All of this, all of our safety nets, all that money they think should be in their coffers. And that's what's wrong. If they think...
Oh, I think we lost Paul. All right. Well, we have to go to the break anyway. Sorry, Paul, you cut out there. I'm not sure what happened, but thank you so much. Yeah, it's a huge conversation in regards to what has happened, why it's happened. I think for me, the biggest thing is, what are we going to do next? And I demand that Democrats who are running for office have Medicare for all. That's that. I mean, am I crazy asking for that to be?
No.
Just saying.
No.
And why can't we do it as a test case in one blue state? Just say, hey, we're going to do, healthcare for all in the state of Illinois. I'm just saying, we'll think about it. Fix that during the break. I know it needs a federal solution, because
that's
I know. I'm just saying. Maybe just one city. Can one city have everyone gets health insurance? Like we do these basic universal health income. We'll test case. Yeah, we're going to fix healthcare system during the next segment. Is it okay, Jen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Jennifer Korotko, the Approachable Healer. Go to approachablehealer.com and learn more about the work that she does. Ken Mejia-Beal, Treasurer for Youth Outlook. Go to youth-outlook.org and support the work that they do. We'll talk more in a moment on WCPT 820, KKNW 1150, and KTNF AM 950.
The problem with that.
You're listening to WCPT 820. Here's the latest Chicago weather update.
From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Michael Carroll. Cloudy skies in store for tonight with rain developing, some patchy fog possible late, lows in the mid-40s. For Tuesday, still some areas of drizzle and fog mainly early in the day with a high of 53. For Tuesday night, showers likely in the evening, blustery with lows in the mid-30s. Slight chance for some morning snow showers on Wednesday, high of only 37. And that's your latest Chicago weather update. Right now, it's 48.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
The best words to hear at the TSA security checkpoint? You're good to go. So check before you jet. Avoid delays at TSA security checkpoints by making sure you have an acceptable form of ID. That means a real ID, passport, or other acceptable forms of identification.
Visit tsa.gov/ID to check the full list of acceptable IDs. Avoid travel delays by checking ID requirements, and you're good to go.
Did you know? VA home loans are a key to home ownership for those who served.
I would tell anybody who is interested in getting a VA loan to just do it.
For me, the best thing about the VA loan was the simplicity of it. I was expecting, government paperwork, it was going to go on forever, and it just wasn't.
Since the down payment for a VA loan is minimal, we were able to purchase this home and then use the money that we were going to use as a down to actually fix up the home.
And the only way we could do that was because the nest egg that we had saved for the down payment, we didn't have to use because we went the VA route.
This is a wonderful benefit that veterans can take advantage of.
In the military, we make a lot of sacrifices. We're away from our family a lot. And with the VA loan, it's a way that it makes it easier for us to get a home.
To learn more about VA home loans, visit va.gov/home loans.
Because facts matter. You're listening to WCPT 820.
With progressive values and in preserving democracy. Your support of the Minocqua Brewing Company Super PAC efforts in Wisconsin and beyond strengthens the fight against MAGA Republicans. You can now purchase progressive beers like Labor Lager, Love Wins Fruited Sour, and the Resistance IPA in Chicago at Rogers Park Provisions, Diversity Beer, Wine, and Spirits in Lakeview, Park West Liquor, Wine, and Beer in Lincoln Park, Logan Square Liquors, and Tip Top Food and Liquors in Westtown. Visit MinocquaBrewingCompany.com for all the
their Chicagoland locations. As always, no matter how bad our sports teams are, please drink responsibly.
Patti Vasquez is taking your calls now.
All right, let's hit it.
At 773-763-9278.
I got a lot to say.
It's Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
That's right. Our phone lines, our text line is open, 773-763-9278. The phone lines are open. The text line is open. I have to make sure my verbs match. I say, joining me in the studio is Jen Korotko. She is a licensed therapist. Remind me of the titles that you have.
LCPC, Licensed Clinical Professional Counselor.
Licensed Clinical Professional Counselor. She is the Approachable Healer. Go to approachablehealer.com. Also joining me in the studio is guest co-host Ken Mejia-Beal, who will be joining me again tomorrow.
He's back.
Heidi Stevens will be joining us tomorrow.
Yay.
We'll talk a little bit. She wrote a piece about Quiet Piggy. So
I can't wait to.
Yes, for people.
I wish I were on that plane.
Wow!
I really do.
Don't you wish that every journalist had just repeated the question she had just asked?
Yes.
I mean, I get the fear. Like, just repeat the exact same question. Like, don't refuse to report on anything until you answer her question.
I get that, but it's just
shock.
As a human. I was raised that if any, especially a man, speaks to a woman in that manner, it is your responsibility to check said man. And to see a room full of journalists, more than 50% of them male, and no one says anything is mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I don't care who you are. I'd be like, hey. What is happening?
It's both the personal, trauma of somebody like being shamed in front of everybody, being put in your place by power, but it's also the emboldening. This is what I mean. From the beginning, they've told us that this is what they want. They want a guy who talks like this, like basically talks like some guy walking on Lower Wacker, trying to find where he parked his car, and you walk by. You just like say whatever they want to somebody. Like
you cannot do that.
No.
It's very triggering too. I mean, just processing it with clients personally, just what that represents is like that is still okay. And here's like a big picture that you can see over and over again as the news is playing it, and is just this example of who we voted in and how women are just. It's just so bad. It's bringing up a lot of layers for a lot of women I'm working with.
I believe it.
And I will say it's not okay to body shame anyone for any reason. I don't condone it. But if you are going to call someone piggy, I need you to
not
be
look
in
like
the
one?
best shape of your life. I need you to be a brick house. So it's.
But when you do a close up of his eyes and then you put it side by side,
I know
that was funny. Whoever did that first.
I mean, it's like it does. Like I just imagine like pin the tail, like curly little tail on him.
Yeah.
Now is all I can see. Yeah. And also, it is right. But also, it's. I didn't realize how much this was happening globally, like this sort of, finally we can abuse and be mean to the people we hate. I didn't realize how much of an impact Trump was having up. Like Ireland, their incidences of racial violence against immigrants is on the upswing, in Scotland as well. Sort of this diminishing of other, right? Making a group of people seem like viable targets.
I'm always careful. I don't think Trump is the symptom.
Yes, that's true.
He's not the disease.
He's the emboldening, but he is the emboldening. Well, look at the most powerful man in the world can do it. Finally, I have.
Do people still think he's the most powerful man in the world?
Well, because there are people who like that bravado.
It serves their message and their purpose.
Trickery. Yes. Exactly. I mean, because like we see it happening in Mexico, where we see this sort of like pushback against women and migrants, or the idea that the total shift is happening where men are not the one. I mean, because it's machismo culture.
Got it.
Right. So
I get
they have
that.
a similar sense of loss of power. But this idea of male loneliness is self-generated. It's self-created. Like there are people who make themselves unappealing because they like someone like Trump or Nick Fuentes. Or
I will say the male loneliness is so multi-layered, and we can't even get into it.
Yeah.
But I will say, I am very lucky to have a really good friend circle. And I just started telling my friends 2 years ago how I feel versus what is happening.
Oh, interesting.
And I didn't realize that I was doing that. So for example, when my father passed, I told all my friends, my dad just passed. This is blah, blah, blah. It's not until someone said, how do you feel? And it took me back, like, how do I feel? I don't know. Am I allowed to talk about how I feel?
Right.
And it's not, men are not raised to talk about how we feel. We're raised to talk about what is happening.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I think that is where the male loneliness comes from, because we don't. My best friend, we've known each other since we were 13. He's a straight guy. It's not until my sister-in-law pointed out, she goes, "You guys have been friends for over XYZ years," because I'm not giving my age like that. I'm not doing it. She said, "Where does he work?" I had no idea.
Yeah.
Because we don't talk about that kind of stuff. And so I think with women, you guys have the kinds of friendships where you know each other. But men, it's like, well, I know he likes Miller Lite.
You know what's
and
funny?
I know if he needs me, we have each other's back, but I don't know what he's going through.
And I get that. I also think, because for me, like, I always was uncomfortable when someone would share like more about how they felt. I'm much more of a reporter too. And I'll be like,
very quickly.
right? and I'm more now, but I peel back. I'm the same way. I'll tell you what happened and why I'm outraged about it. But but like when people like, I've been in friend situations like, oh, should I be here for this? Am I supposed? Am I the right
when
person?
they're being vulnerable?
Yes.
Yeah. So like, I don't.
I'm notorious.
Do you want me to call
for
somebody?
leaving.
Do you want me to, is there somebody? You should really see somebody about that. I'm gonna go ahead.
I mean, in therapy, sometimes I have that thought, and then I realize,
I'm the one that called. I read that there's a great comic, and I write this material about how I'm Petty Patty, and I aspire to be not Casper the Friendly Ghost, but Patty the Petty Ghost, right? So like the people that have wronged me, if they happen to still be alive, I will make their lives miserable, but not like in a scary, like, get out, like shove you down the stairs.
It.
No, I want you to stick around so I can torture you.
Same.
The most, like, your sock will always be slightly damp. You will take it off.
Always.
You will put it in the dryer. You will always, every day you're going to step on a Lego. You don't have children. You don't own Legos, but every day you will step barefoot on a Lego.
I pray for the elastic in the socks to just go back. May your socks always fall down.
During the day.
Yes.
Now it's like sliding
always.
up. You feel it like bunching up in your shoe. And then it's not just like people who personally wronged me, right?
It's everybody.
I am like middle management for karma is what that's the role I want.
Yeah.
Like for people who blow through stop signs, especially in school zones, you will always have a hairline crack on your windshield.
Always.
You could have it replaced. It will always, right? People who park in handicap spots but illegally, every time they close the door, the alarm it can't turn the alarm off. The alarm just keeps going.
I like that one.
These are the things.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I love how you're putting your resume into the afterlife. You're like, I'm applying for this job.
We should all be doing that at this stage of our lives.
I feel I didn't plan very well in life, but if I could just plan for eternity, I think that's the bigger stage.
It sounds like a really fun job.
It doesn't.
Yeah. I hope the pay is well and they have good insurance.
I hope there's good insurance.
There better be good insurance for that one. I get my karmic. I get the energy from the people being miserable. There
you go.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, I'm much more. I am much more like I want to find out how to do something, not how to feel better about it. I guess I should probably focus on it.
Right? She should.
Oh my god! I just realized. If I feel bad, somebody else definitely needs to feel bad.
That's healthy, right? That's healthy.
I'm in therapy every Monday at 10 a.m.
My therapist says
it's a good time slot.
Yeah, it's the best.
I won't tell you what I did, but my therapist said, "Okay, I understand the instinct to do that. It is a bit high school. Let's be aware that happened and avoid it next time."
I love the bluntness.
It's a bit high school. It's a bit high school. So let's not do that again. I'm glad you told me about it. I'm getting a feeling of what your instincts are. So you have an event coming up in January
24th.
Yes. Okay, and tell us a little about this.
It's a grief workshop. It's like half a day, 10 to 3. So maybe a little bit closer to more of a full day. Either way, there's 4 workshops, and it's basically just full day. It's focusing on grief energy, and it's not necessarily somebody passed. It can just be lost, and there's a lot of loss in Chicago right now. Loss of rights, loss of normalcy.
Yep.
There's a lot of things that are really scary, tons of anxiety. And so we're just trying to collectively come together, all the workshop providers, and just provide a space to process some of the grief and to take some tools home so you can continue to feel a little bit healthier.
Well, let's talk about this. I want to talk more about
I do too.
You can go to approachablehealer.com to learn more about this event.
Yes, when I post it on the website soon.
She'll have more up about this soon. Let's talk. I want to talk more about grief because, as you mentioned, I think it's not just about a loss of someone's life. Because I think that when my husband and I found out Declan was going to be permanently disabled, there isn't a grief for the life you thought you were going to have. There isn't a place to mourn for parents like us, and so it's kind of a process as well. And I think that if people can be self-aware of what they're grieving, what they thought life was going to be, and including not having our neighbors kidnapped on our streets. And protesters having their First Amendment rights violated, having all these very traumatic incidences. Let's continue our conversation with our friends in studio, licensed clinical professional counselor.
LCPC is fine.
LCPC, yeah, but then it bothers me. I'm like, what does it all mean? Licensed? Okay. LCPC. Jennifer Korotko. You can go to approachablehealer.com. Ken Mejia-Beal, treasurer for Youth Outlook. Go to youth-outlook.org and support the work they do there. More in a moment on WCPT 820, KKNW 1150, and KTNF AM 950.
The Rick Smith Show.
These are the people that we've handed the keys to the kingdom. These are the people that we've said, go ahead, run the country. So are we surprised when we said that they're going to run it into the ground? No, you could go, Rick, you've been saying this is all planned, and I think it is. I think the chaos is plotted. I think they know, as long as there's chaos, we can then do the real goal, which is breaking the federal government and stealing from we the taxpayers.
The Rick Smith Show, weeknights at 7 on WCPT 820.
If you're an experienced homeowner who's outlived your assets or your spouse recently passed away, you need to call Team Hochberg, your trusted local reverse mortgage lender. Alice, 90, widow, income $24,000 a year, living in a $500,000 home with no mortgage. Alice's husband recently passed away and she was terrified about losing her home, so her daughter called for information about a reverse mortgage. We helped Alice secure a reverse mortgage, which allowed her to access $300,000 tax-free dollars so she could afford in-home health care. Let's review. Alice's husband recently passed away. She outlived her assets and thought she had to sell her home. Our reverse mortgage expert, Jose Rodriguez, helped Alice secure a reverse mortgage so she can afford in-home health care and peacefully age in place. Team Hochberg's helped thousands of radio listeners, but we can't help if you don't call 855-563-2843 or visit that website you know and love, 56david.com, lower.com, equal housing lender, NMLS 1124061.
Today alone, 5,370 people in the United States will be diagnosed with cancer. That's why Stand Up to Cancer funds and develops the newest and most promising cancer treatments. Stand Up to Cancer wants to provide you with every opportunity to join in this mission. By donating your home, land, or commercial property, you can help Stand Up to Cancer fund innovative cancer research. Stand Up to Cancer makes the process easy, and it may be tax deductible. Visit standuptocancer.org/giveproperty to learn more.
Hey Google, play WCPT.
Streaming Chicago's progressive talk from TuneIn.
You're listening to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Thank you so much for joining us as we continue our drive home on WCPT 820, Heartland Signal, and KKNW 1150, Seattle. Thank you so much for joining us, the Alternative Talk of Seattle. We also have our friends on KTNF AM 950 Minneapolis, St. Paul, the progressive voice of Minnesota. Tomorrow on Joan's show, Live, Local, and Progressive, Joan's going to be talking to Laura Leslie, editor of North Carolina Newsline, Chief. Well, she's the chief chef. I love Laura Counts of the Chopping Block. She'll be joining our friend Joan, of course, to talk about Thanksgiving. And Chicago Alderperson Matt O'Shea will be joining her. Live, Local, and Progressive weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Central on WCPT 820, heartlandsignal.com, and tune in. And this is the week. This is the big gathering week. And I don't have a situation where I have to worry about political ruffling of feathers. That ship has sailed a long time ago. Do you have any family plans or gathering with friends?
My family last week, and I said I don't have any plans, nor do I want to.
Okay.
So I'll be home by myself the way I want to.
All right, with friends gathering?
By myself.
He said what he said.
By myself with my dog and my partner, and I don't have any desire to be bothered with anyone else.
I love it. You know what you know.
Well, my thing is, because last year I lied, and then they were like, "Oh, how was your trip?" And I don't have a good memory. It's like, what trip? And it just, so that's why I'm just being honest. I'm not going on a trip. I just do not want to see you people.
Yeah.
And I want to be happy.
That's
so healthy.
It really is.
I'm super happy. I'm super happy hunkering down with people in my home, my boys, my husband, my mom. I am going to have one guest, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say that he's going to come over, but I was going to say maybe we can all get a drink later that evening.
I'm down for that.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So Elliot Serrano will be joining me for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
so let's go
yay.
grab a drink. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll find someplace good. We'll come to you. And Jen, are you traveling for Thanksgiving?
I am.
Oh.
My parents just relocated near my oldest sister in Ann Arbor, so we're all meeting.
That'd be lovely.
I love Ann Arbor. I was just up there.
It's cute.
It's very nice.
A little liberal bubble.
Yeah.
Your voice kind of pinched it. It's cute.
It's cute.
It's cute.
It's very. I was just up there, Ann Arbor, Traverse City.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
Sutton Bay. That I love it.
Yeah.
Michigan's gorgeous.
Michigan is gorgeous.
I mean, there's a reason why those Tim Allen commercials work so well.
Because he's not lying.
He's not lying. Michigan's pretty. It is. It's nice.
He's telling the truth.
Yeah. I mean, Buzz Lightyear did some nice commercials for Michigan tourism. I'm just saying.
It's a wonderful place.
I'm just saying. It's very nice. Now, holidays can be, whether it's, emotionally exhausting because of politics, seeing somebody that generates these negative emotions. It's one of the reasons why we hunker down.
Yeah.
It's not my family. Well, my family, but there are individuals in my husband's family, and he knows. But there's also, I think so many of us chase down those memories and wanting things to be the same every year, which can be really hard, especially if you lost somebody or there have been divorce or there's, like my first Thanksgiving without my dad was I was in the bathroom. I ended up in their shower, like just in the corner, hoping nobody would open the curtain I had a bottle of something. I was just like, I hope nobody finds me here.
How you're coping.
I understand.
Yeah. And I mean, just because it wasn't like my daddy wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people need to be aware of those emotions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and how you can hold both at the same time. Like if you are with friends and family and you are enjoying your time, but noticing you're missing somebody.
Right.
It can be both.
I was just annoyed. I was annoyed that everybody was not my dad.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like it was
You're not my daddy. You're not my dad. Yeah.
Was it the first one?
It was my first one, yeah.
So that makes sense.
I remember very vividly how and this is 24 years ago. So 20-some years ago. And I just remember just being annoyed by everyone. My emotions were right at the surface.
I had resentment.
Yes.
And that's where I knew I need to just be alone because we've lost my father, we've lost my grandmother, and people are like, pass the peas. And it's like, peas?
Yeah.
This isn't Thanksgiving. Our loved ones are dead.
Yeah.
And you're being so insensitive. And then I checked myself like, no, Ken, you are still grieving and very angry, by the way. So maybe you should stay home next year, which I'm doing.
Well, and I think right, you said right when you're like, hey, manage that. Yeah. I also think that we, depending on what our relationships were like, I know that my dad wouldn't want me to be like, you know what I mean? Like, he would want me to be like honoring him is in living my life.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that I had to come to that place.
It takes time.
It does.
It takes time, and there's no roadmap or like set way to do it. Everybody's different situations. So it's important just to notice where you're at in the moment and be okay with it. And if that moment is you in the shower with a bottle of vodka.
I wasn't taking a shower, just so you know. I was sitting in the tub without the water running.
I knew that because I've done that with Crown Royal. So I was already with you.
This is a common way to grieve. Yes. Is in the shower, not showering.
Me and my friend Grandma Nye, you should not. That's some hard stuff. I'm just saying. Yes. No, the water wasn't running. That'd be so hard to explain afterwards. No, I just figured no one was going to be taking a shower during Thanksgiving dinner.
The sad thing is, I got it right away.
I'm just learning new coping mechanisms.
Yes. Oh yeah. And like, there's all and it's just so crowded. Holiday festivities.
Yes.
My husband has a big family, and I just remember I was like trapped on the inside of like in the little like sunroom, and I was like I needed to get away from everybody. I felt claustrophobic.
Yes.
And I had to crawl under the table to get away from everybody. I'm like, well, they were like, it was so stupid. They were just like, if I said I was watching some show, like, oh my God, you watched that show? Like everything was, everything
There's
hurt.
a comment about everything.
Yeah, everything hurt though. It probably wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, Pat's Gravy's. What do you mean?
Right.
Gravy.
Yeah.
You know who doesn't have gravy this year? My dad.
Right. You're just angry.
Yeah.
Like,
But that makes so much sense because it feels like there's extra pressure to make it normal when everybody's acting normal.
Correct.
It's not matching how you're feeling. So it's going to be anger or resentment or frustration that comes out.
I had all three.
Yeah.
And then once the Crown Royal kicked in, I turned into a monster.
There's a tipping point. There's like like your muscles relax to your shoulders, and then it's like, you know what somebody out there could really use. It's a little slice of this.
Yeah, let me share the gift that's been brewing. They want to know how I'm doing. I'll tell them.
Yes. I guess long story short, Ken and I would like you to know that whatever rage you're feeling, you're not the first.
Oh, yeah, we're all together.
We're all together. Yes. Well, and this is, as you mentioned, like grieving the workshop that you're gonna be having on January 24th
in Evanston at the Ox.
Oh, yay!
Excellent.
Right down the street from
Do you
my
know
house.
the Ox?
Yes, I do.
I love that place. They're amazing. They're new too. They're nonprofit.
What's the Ox?
I don't know how to summarize it briefly. Go ahead. A collection of businesses.
Yes. That kind of operate monolithically.
Yeah.
Sort of. I don't know. I'm not doing it justice.
So it's a lot. I mean, it's a huge building that they bought and they converted it into separate little areas that businesses operate out of, mostly Black and queer owned.
Yes.
From what I understand.
It's like a bazaar. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, the Ox.
And everything they welcome in is like towards healing arts, even like financial health and healing.
Yes.
For marginalized communities.
And you also were talking a little bit off the air about somatic healing that you do. Tell folks a little about this work you do.
Yeah, somatic healing is just healing heavy emotions through the body, and often it's somatic experiencing trauma therapy is the full title of like the training that I took, and it's basically processing all the emotions that are stuck related to a previous trauma or just an ongoing trauma like oppression.
Yes.
And just because there's so oftentimes no words for what you've been through or what you're going through, and it's, in verbal talk therapy can just re-agitate because it's just like, okay, this I'm saying it out loud, the fact that this is horrible. It's a tool through the body processing emotions. There's a lot of research about it, but
I
have like limited time, and I'm like, what's my elevator pitch? I don't know.
I love it. But folks can look into somatic healing and then seek you out on the same website.
Yeah, there's Somatic Experiencing Trauma Institute, also known as SETI, that you can just go and it's the find a provider, and there's tons in Chicago. We have like a huge training site in Chicago and the suburbs here for somatic experiencing practitioners.
Outstanding. That's Jen Korotko. Go to the Approachable. It's just Approachable, not just. approachablehealer.com. Youth Outlook is at youth-outlook.org. Your next event coming up at the Skeleton Key is going to be on what day? Is it
December 11th? I had the Gen Z stare going for a moment. December 11th.
And it worked, but you landed. You went through all the files. December 11th at Skeleton Key. It's trivia night.
Yes.
And I look forward to
the theme will be holiday.
Excellent. Holiday. I don't know why I started singing. That was weird.
And I don't know why you picked that key.
I don't know. Happy holiday.
That's better.
It's from a movie. Yeah. Calendar keep ringing. Sorry, that's from Holiday, the movie, Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire. Thank you, Lady B. Good night, everybody. We're late. All right. Love you. Bye.